Welcome back, everybody. You recognize him. Bruce Porter joins us now for this week's Dollars and Cents segment, sponsored by the Resource Center. Thanks for coming in.
Yep, good to be here.
Always good to talk to you. So we've got a question, a topic that we want to get into. You ready?
Yep.
All right, here it goes. I would like to leave my kids the tax-free benefits of a life insurance policy, but I'm not sure that I will qualify due to my age and my current health, okay? Any suggestions on how I could leave them a tax-free legacy? So that's the rub here, wanting to leave the kids something tax-free. Okay, so how do you even begin with this one?
Unbelievable. That's kind of a normal question people have when they can't qualify for life insurance. How do you leave a legacy to your family that is not going to be taxed? And traditionally, life insurance is a tax-free benefit that you can leave them. Well, if you're too old and you can't qualify, but you want to enhance your estate by providing, what do you do?
What's left to do?
Because you got this big tax thing hanging over your head. Well, you know, there's very few things you can do if you can't qualify for insurance. But I'm going to give you an option to consider that if you're sitting on a large amount of IRA money, for example, so you've got this big IRA, well, right now we're seeing a lot of folks convert those to a Roth IRA because we know the tax environment we're in right now is favorable to us. We're in a lower environment. So you convert that IRA or part of it to a Roth IRA and you name your children as a beneficiary of that, and you're going to leave them a tax-free benefit.
So you mean a lower tax environment. Now, some people will say it could be that when you're a little bit older, you have less income, so therefore you may be in a lower tax bracket. Anything to that?
Not considering the current administration we have and the stimulus that has been being paid out. Inflation is up almost 400% in 6 months. So not under the current environment, I would not want to bank on that.
Okay.
Because the only way for a government to fund itself is through taxes.
Right.
Right? Now, if they're giving away stimulus left and right that we don't have money to give anyway, now who's going to pay that back?
Then what's going to happen? Okay.
That's going to be generations to come. And so if they adjust the taxes, which is a lot of pending legislation, then we possibly are going to be faced with higher tax consequences during our lifetime. And so we know where we're at right now.
Convert it now, pass it on, they don't pay the tax.
That's an idea.
Okay,
and if
what
you
else?
don't want to convert it all, convert part of it. Do a plan, and we've talked about planning a lot. You develop a plan and a strategy for how you're going to free up money for your kids. Your kids cannot inherit your IRA anymore and stretch it out over your lifetime, over their lifetime. They have to take a distribution of your qualified money within 10 years.
10 years.
So now they've changed that rule. So, you know, when you're looking at different types of things that you can do to try to provide a legacy, then that's an option to consider. And there's lots of different things to consider. That's why I recommend we just sit down, we visit, try to establish a plan. Possibly Isabel's house would be a great place to do some donations.
They'd be delighted,
and
I'm
so
sure.
if you're trying to mitigate your taxes, like your required distribution that you have to take every year on your IRAs, Isabel's house would be a wonderful place to put those funds and get tax credits.
So let me ask you this. So that's for IRAs, okay? So what if you just have a large amount of money in the bank, in savings, you're sitting on a ton of cash. How does that affect those kids if you pass it down to them, kids or grandkids?
Well, the basis will pass to them, all right? Now, the gains will be taxable just like they are to you, right? Now, the only time you're going to have an inheritance tax issue is when you have a substantial I think above 11,700,000, et cetera, as far as inheritance tax.
So
for the most part, people are pretty well covered. as far as inheritance tax goes. That doesn't mean you don't need to do an estate plan.
This is true.
So an estate plan gives you the ability to direct where you want those funds to go and when. What's the worst thing you can give a kindergartner? $100. Because what are they going to do? They're going to spend it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So as an adult, what's the last thing you want to give an 18-year-old child? $1 million? I wouldn't, right?
It'd be a great problem to have. What do I do with my 11
So
plus
developing
$1 million?
a plan. So
All right.
you can go to this Q code here, QR code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold up your phone, take a picture. It'll send you right to your website, and you
can
do the rest
schedule
there.
an appointment. So that'd be great.
Okay, resourcecenterinc.com, or you can call Bruce Porter at 417-882-1800. Like I said, I wish I had over $11 million, thinking, what in the world
I
would
do
I do?
too.
I know
I
you could
wish
help
you
me
did.
dole it out. All right, thank you so much. We'll be right back.